Welcome back to RT Talk, the show where we talk tea over tea. I'm your host, Arthur Price III. So, again, guys, we are officially back with should be episode 11. Episode 10 is actually, well, it should actually be uploaded before this one. I don't know because I'm kind of in the process of like editing a bunch of different videos. But nonetheless, I just wanted to, as promised, kind of start uploading more in general. So, with December kind of being the end of the year and I'm getting done with like a lot of my stuff, school and job, and trying to like get more into training for the upcoming track and field season, I'm starting to kind of notice that I have a lot more free time. So I just wanted to kind of devote that to just other things in my life. And making videos is definitely going to be one of those. So expect at least one more video this month. I kind of want to do two more, but I think three would be nice, decent, I guess. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I can definitely get more videos out there this month for you guys if you have been enjoying the content up till now. Definitely, a lot of people really enjoyed my last video. I think it was RT Talk episode 9. Just kind of talking about my dating experiences and stuff like that. So definitely have tons more stories that people can hopefully just kind of put on in the car or whatever you're doing, just laugh at my pain. But yeah, so with that out of the way, let's get into the video. Hope you guys enjoy it. And another episode of RT Talks, baby. Let's get it. So before anything, and this actually should have been in episode 10, the episode uploaded before this one, but I have been in love with my French press. I've been making coffee and tea in it since I actually got it. And so as you guys can see, there's actually green tea in here. So this is actually Fiji tea. Fiji tea is actually making a reappearance on the show. It's just been one of my more favorite teas of recent. And when I actually discovered that you can actually make tea in a French press, kind of like doing some other stuff, I don't think it can pop up on the camera, but this is my cup. So, all right, I guess it did come up. I've been loving the whole like steep process as far as like the tea and everything with the French press. I just feel like the loose leaf tea is just better in general. But my biggest problem is like whenever you put it in the steep bags, I feel like the water doesn't really hit all the leaves and really doesn't extract as much. But with the French press, the benefit, even though the cleanup is kind of hard, you just have essentially all the leaves just kind of like free throwing through the water and everything. And I feel like the taste is just stronger and you can actually taste like other elements you probably wouldn't have been able to taste with the steep bag. So that's just my personal favorite, really. Oh yeah, definitely a lot better. Definitely a lot better. And actually, I plan on making an episode solely discussing tea making too. So that'll probably be like in January because I'm still trying to work some kinks out. But anyway, I wanted to make this video because by this time, at this video's release, it'd be a year after I kind of had a situation in which a family member of mine was constantly in and out the hospital. And December, for those of you that don't know, was growing up one of my more favorite holidays until my mother passed away in late 2018 during December. And so December and the winter season was always something that growing up was very near to me because it was just something that I still to this day associate with my mother, mainly because growing up we would always decorate our house in like Disney. It was basically like Winter Wonderland Disney edition. We'd have Mickey Mouse, Pooh Bear, everything just top to bottom, the house would be decorated. One of my favorite memories actually growing up was having the monthly calendar where you would move like Mickey each and every day until Christmas, which was just one of the most fun things for me. And having that kind of become a more negative memory when it was a memory you really enjoyed with this person who actually passed away during the same time period, still to this day kind of feels like a cruel joke. So for years and years and years, it took me a long time to really get back into the Christmas spirit. And I slowly became more acquainted with actually going out and celebrating, going to Christmas parties. This year, I'm actually planning on buying a new Christmas tree. I might show that on the video if I ever get to that. But definitely last year, that kind of came back to a screeching halt when another one of my family members was constantly in and out the hospital, and we didn't know what was going on with them. But again, it was kind of re-triggering to me simply because I lost my mother during this time period in 2018. And a couple of years later, I say couple, but like, years later, now it's like, oh, this is another family member that I'm close with who has something going on that we don't know of. And this is occurring in the same month. It was a very difficult situation for me in general to have to like confront. Right? It was really like me confronting PTSD all over, or having PTSD. The one thing that really defined me during this time period was realizing that I just didn't have the support that I wanted through this difficult situation. And so it led me to really examine what was around me, both from what I was consuming as far as like media, music, um, friends, just things along the lines, like how was I treating my body? So food, nutrition. And it was just a lot of different things that I really examined because I just felt so vulnerable and weak, being that, yes, this is a situation in which I should feel some kind of way because obviously this is a beloved family member of mine who, by the way, is actually okay as it was relayed to me. So, a year later, I can confirm, at least for the time being, this person is completely healthy. But still, it was just the uncertainty and not knowing. And through not knowing and, the uncertainty and just everything like that, not having the right people around you to essentially lessen the blow or to really, I don't want to say go through it with you, but to really empathize with what you're dealing with. And so for me, that kind of tied into two things. Number one, I've always had health anxiety. And for the past year, so late 2024, when my family member was in and out the hospital, all the way until of this video recording December 2025, I've been dealing with health anxiety. Every single day, it was just a constant battle of, do I have this illness? I was going to the doctors. They were saying I was perfectly healthy. And that was kind of the first aspect of it. And then the second aspect of it was probably worsening because I didn't feel like I can really confide in any of my friends or family. And it just really was kind of this pit hole of I'm trapped. I have nobody to basically invest. I don't want to say invest emotions in, but just willing to actually extend a hand to me. And being someone who formerly is a people pleaser, because I am, I've always been willing to help people. That was something that I've grown up on, the premise of just a lot of things I was taught as a child. However, again, it was just kind of like the realization of the times that I would have people's backs, they wouldn't have my back. And so reaffirming all of this was essentially, you're going through something and you don't really know what to do. And your friends knew, or your friends and family kind of know, but they really don't give a damn. So going through that was really difficult. And it really made me realize, like, man, like either I just have nobody or I need to find better people. And so it led me to actually meet back up with my therapist and just honestly discuss everything and discuss what could be the underlying causes as far as like my health anxiety and why I don't feel comfortable around a lot of the people that I surrounded myself with. And honestly, my therapist really wasn't able to provide me the answer I wanted. However, I think through talking about it and discussing it, I actually came to the answer that I needed to come to. And that answer was essentially, I need to find wholeness within myself. And so in order to do that, I'm not gonna lie, guys, I cut off 99% of the people that I was friends with. I mean, friends from high school, friends from college, post-collegiate. There were so many people, so many things that I just stopped doing, so many people I stopped talking to, because I realized the same energy I was giving to them, I wasn't getting back. I was essentially pouring a broken glass, trying to still pour in people whose cup was essentially runneth over, and not having that same energy poured back into me. And after a while, it's taxing. It's taxing physically, it's taxing mentally. And at the end of the day, you're just laying in bed and you're just like, there's more to this. There's more to life. Like, I deserve better. So where that led me, that actually led me to reconnecting with God. And this isn't like a Christian rebrand. I know that's kind of like the popularized thing in this day and age, but I've always had a weird relationship with religion. even though I'm Catholic, I don't really identify with Catholicism in the traditional sense, but I do consider myself a believer in the higher power and a believer in one God. And so over the summer, I really spent time reconnecting with God. And through that process, understanding that, yes, I did need to become more fully grounded within myself, more whole within myself, instead of being people centered and then fearing also a future that isn't even written that might not even come. And so one of the things that actually kind of started that process for me was actually going to my friend's wedding. So shout out to Jared and Maya. May 25th, I think it was. Yeah, May 25th, 2025. Love both of y'all. Great people overall. Jared was actually a teammate of mine at LSU. And I mean, just great guy. He's going to have a loving family. They're both amazing people. But the one thing that I got from their service, as far as, them getting married and stuff, was the priest said something that was so powerful to me that I was like, yeah, this is something that I need to start doing. And he said that the reason why their marriage will work out was because they didn't need each other to feel whole. They were already whole within themselves and willing to give some of that to the other person, but also the people around them to love and serve the Lord. I think that's very powerful. And I think that also shows that you can't be broken and expect other people to fix you. You have to be whole within yourself, but in that same regard, be willing to help out other people. And so that's not saying that we can't help those in need or be, kind of hurting and want people to kind of help us out. But at the end of the day, we have to have some level of wholeness to us in order to get to that point. And through realizing that I was dealing with the death of my mother again, which was triggered with this family member in and out of the hospital, going through a year of dealing with health anxiety and kind of still going through it, cutting off people that I've known for years. It was one of those things that it was a very, very difficult process for me because I never did anything like this. And so I started, like I said, I started reconnecting with the Lord. I started becoming whole within myself, understanding that, yes, it was something that I needed to do, how to do it, and the purpose of me actually doing that. I think was very important to that, because it's one thing to say, oh, it's important, but why is it important? Understanding why this and that. And so overall, through this entire process of overcoming health anxiety, kind of still dealing with it, honestly, but also choosing to surround myself with better people and getting that energy, better things, trying to consume better, trying to live the life that I really want to live for myself, to make myself happy, but also to just kind of bring joy and love into the world. The one takeaway that I got from it is that there are no guarantees in life, and you should do what makes you happy as long as it does not hurt other people and as long as it is productive. So that's just kind of one takeaway. I say the only takeaway, but another takeaway is just being appreciative of what you have. So yes, I cut off a lot of family and friends. However, the ones that stayed are the ones that have shown me that they're willing to essentially go with me through the tough times that I've been going through, and vice versa. I'm willing to go through the tough times with them as well. So it's just being appreciative of that, being appreciative of what I have in the sense of my surroundings, but also myself as far as like what I have. Health is wealth. I have a roof over my head, all these amazing things, access to amazing resources. I mean, just even recording this video, I'm recording this video on my phone. So not a lot of people have those luxuries. And I think it's hard to remember to be appreciative of what you have whenever we're so focused on what we don't have or the future. So again, I just wanted to make kind of a quick video kind of discussing certain things that I've been going through, lessons that I've learned, why it's helped kind of define me over this past year, and just ultimately like feeling as though I've came out of it a better person, even though there are times where I do struggle with, like, say, health anxiety, or if I should kind of give people more of a mile than what they deserve. I always come back to the sense of I need to be grounded within myself. So trusting in the things that I don't understand, trusting in my own health, my own body, trusting in being straightforward with people as far as, hey, I don't like how you're treating me, so I'm going to remove this energy. instead of just kind of leaving it up for speculation. So those are just some things. I'll kind of talk about it more, I guess, on the channel, just kind of like in snippets, or maybe make like a part 2 of this video. But I definitely wanted to just really touch upon that because it's something that I feel very passionate about, and just ultimately something that I think I need to put out there, because this is actually something that has really defined not just me as a person, but also kind of the direction I decided to take this channel. So that's pretty much it, guys. And also, I just kind of wanted an excuse to show off my French press again and drink some tea. Really kind of a quicker episode as well. Yeah, so I'm going to let you guys go. Hopefully you guys enjoy just kind of me talking about my experiences and stuff like that. I would love to hear your guys' experiences as far as like how you kind of go without the process or through the process of dealing with people that you weren't really getting energy from, or just certain situations that really define the trajectory of your life. Would love to hear that from y'all. Right now I'm about to go to sleep because it's kind of getting late here. So love you guys. Catch you on the next episode of RT Talks, and yeah, see you guys next time. Peace.